What's going on, Modern Chodes? It's your boy Long Neil, back again with another new video, and in today's video we're going to be going over the hot post from r/confessions. Let's get into it. Alright, so this one is called My Boyfriend Saved Me from Drowning and I Resent Him for It. Interesting title, so let's see how it pans out. We were swimming off the coast of Australia last summer, and I, being the inexperienced swimmer that I am, swam out way too far. Before I knew it, I was over my head, being thrown around by the waves and pulled back by the current. For one split second, I was scared that I was going to die. Then, I was completely at peace. I had an overwhelming feeling of calmness and serenity, and I accepted that I was going to die. He swam out and grabbed me by the bathing suit bottoms and swam me to safety. At first, I was fighting him in the water, pushing him off of me because I had already accepted my death and I felt so much overwhelming calmness and peace. Then I saw the look on his face of him struggling to save me. It was a look of pure and utter terror, and I knew in that moment, if I did not stop fighting him, that he would drown trying to save me. As much as I was at peace and comfortable with drowning and dying, I did not want him to die, so I stopped struggling and let him save me. I resent him for saving me because in my near-death experience, I've never, in my 40 years of living, felt so calm and peaceful. Aw, it's crazy. I don't know how you could find drowning peaceful, I guess. At a certain point, you just come to terms with your death and are ready to go, but man, I've heard drowning sucks, and the second you take in a breath of air, it's like a super sharp pain. I mean, obviously, I don't know, because I've never drowned, but heard it sucks, so she must have been going through something in her life to be that willing to go at peace and even try to fight off her boyfriend, so hopefully she's better now. Alright, the second story is called I Faked an Affair So My Husband Would Leave Sooner. Now, I can really only see this playing out one way, and that's that this husband was such an ass that she had to leave. So let's see what drove her to make this decision. After 6 years together, 3 years of marriage, I found out that most of what my husband told me about himself was a lie. Granted, I attracted him as a partner, so my choosing and accepting him is my fault, not his. By the end of the marriage, I discovered many truths. He was not a recovering alcoholic. He drank daily in secret. He was not a former smoker. He smoked when I wasn't around. He didn't own his own home. His ex-girlfriend bought the house. He was not on a business trip in Utah to give a business presentation. He was in Oregon having sex with his affair partner, parentheses, his sister-in-law. Okay, so looks like I was right. Let's see how this story continues. The last year together was chaos. He went off the deep end after I left him. Started picking up men online, told me he questioned his sexuality, told me he was bisexual, then bi-curious, I'm not sure what the difference is, then told me I was discriminating against him because of his sexuality. He quit his pension job at UCSF, tried to get his father to lie for him so he could collect FMLA, and when that scheme didn't work, he took a job paid in cash working for a friend of his for pennies on the dollar. He said he was going to start his own business making sex toys, then it was lamps, then he wanted to wear a GoPro while he ran and sell footage to gamers. By the time I found out he was soliciting sex from men he met from gay yoga and gay married men, meetup.com groups in San Francisco, I seriously believed he had developed a mental health condition. After I left him, I filed for divorce. Makes sense? When he quit his job, I put the divorce on hold. I make twice what he does and didn't want to pay alimony. I allowed him to move in with me until he found work. I convinced his boss's boss to give him another shot, chalked it up to a midlife crisis, so she offered him a temp contract for a year. After he started working again, I filed for a divorce again and asked him to move out. He said he needed 3 months. I agreed as there was nothing I could do. He started having an affair with his coworker and continued hooking up with men again. I couldn't get away from him fast enough. The chaos of this relationship and situation, however temporary, was physically hurting my health. I knew if he thought I was cheating with impunity, he would leave out of pride. So I began doing things to make him think I was cheating. In our home, I adjusted the shower head to look like a very tall person just showered. I put the heaviest weights on the weight bench to look like a very strong person was using my weight bench. I left 2 glasses, plates, forks, and the dish drainer to look like 2 people had enjoyed dinner together. I dressed up and went out almost every weekday after work and either walked around or sat in a cafe for an hour or 2 before returning home. When he asked where I'd been, I replied, out. He moved out in under 2 weeks after the original conversation. Okay, so I honestly can't blame her for how she reacted, because this guy seems like he just went totally crazy on her. Like, I understand there's midlife crises, but this guy just went like off the walls, dude. Like, at some point you just gotta cut ties, because you can try to support people through something, but at some point it's too much. And so really, I don't blame her for faking this affair. It's better than if she had actually cheated on him. It's just wild. All right, so we're going to end this r/confessions video on a high note. This next one is called, I just pooped my pants in front of my sons who I warned about pooping their pants. So long story short, we've all got pneumonia and a heavy dose of antibiotics to accompany it. I told them not to trust their farts because the doctor said those meds could give us diarrhea. Well, lo and behold, I trusted a fart right in front of them and pooped my pants. Bonus points, I'm their mom. That's a good way to end this video, because pooping your pants in front of someone is never a good thing, especially when it's your kids. I can imagine they're a little bit traumatized from that. All right, that's it for the hot post from r/confessions. It's a little bit different than what I usually do, so if you guys didn't like it, let me know in the comments down below and give me some suggestions for other subreddits to cover. And if you did like it, make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.